evening. This is QTV Nightly News coming to you from our studios on Keraba Avenue, and I am Asma Uba. Thanks for joining us. Here are the main news headlines. On Wednesday, President Adama Barrow received letters of credence from Klaus Bodset, the new German ambassador to the Gambia, at the State House in Banjul. Members of the National Assembly Select Committee on Education, ITC and Training on Thursday paid a courtesy call on the Q Group chairman at the QCell headquarters on Keraba Avenue. The Qatar Foundation, through the First Lady's Foundation, has donated urology medical equipment worth $500,000 to the Edward Francis Small Teaching Hospital in Banjul. And in international news, Nairobi's City Hall has made history as Africa's first government building to secure green certification from the International Finance Corporation, a branch of the World Bank. In sports news, a lineup for AFCON 2023 is complete after Nigeria and host Cote d'Ivoire emerged victorious from two close but contrasting semi-finals. Those and other stories coming up. Do stay tuned. Now, on Wednesday, President Adama Barrow received letters of credence from Klaus Bodset, the new German ambassador to the Gambia, at the State House in Banjul. The two held talks on areas of cooperation between the two nations. Aliou Cisse reports.
Klaus Bodset arrived in the Gambia as the first resident German ambassador to the Gambia. His predecessors were residing in Dakar, Senegal, while accredited to cover the Gambia. Ambassador Bodset told reporters that the decision by the German government is a demonstration of the elevation of the Gambia-Germany relationship. He says he is looking forward to a successful mission in the Gambia, a country he described as welcoming and friendly.
I discussed with the President the areas in which we already have a strong cooperation, like the security sector reform, police training and equipment. He said the hardware and the software. We're doing this. We're looking at how we can support further their vocational training and higher education of young Gambians so they can find jobs in the beautiful country. And we're looking also at other areas like health and education in general.
Germany had and continues to be supportive to the Gambia's development, particularly in its transitional phase. Ambassador Bodset praised the government for its commitment to democracy and rule of law. Reporting for QTV News, I am Aliou Cisse.
Now, members of the National Assembly Select Committee on Education, ITC and Training on Thursday paid a courtesy call on the Q Group chairman at the QCell headquarters. During the meeting, they discussed public-private sector cooperation and the Q Group's business operations and life-changing socio-corporate projects across the country. Mumudulamin Choi has more.
These lawmakers are meeting the chairman of the Q Group, a multinational Gambian-owned company headquartered in the Gambia. The Select Committee delegation is led by its chairman, Alhaji Mbao, the National Assembly member for Lower Salom. The visit is to foster better understanding on public-private cooperation for national development.
In 2021, when we developed the GICTA bill, that's the Gambia Information Communication Technology Agency, we made a deliberate, I know it was a push and pull, that all government ICT projects must be handled by Gambian companies. And we defined the Gambian companies where the shareholding must be at least 75%. So if your shareholding that is 75% of Gambian owned, then we consider it as a Gambian company. So we said at least 75% of the Gambian projects on ICT must be given to Gambian companies. So the agency is now is being set up right now. We've given budget so that the agency actually can start, and we want them to implement this.
Protecting and facilitating a level playing field for Gambian-owned businesses comes with significant benefits to economic prosperity and national development. The Q Group, with its huge business portfolio in the country, represents a unique example of this. Mohamed Jah is the chairman of the Q Group.
And we'll continue to push also for that, to employ more, because we think that a lot of the youths are sitting and they need employment. And also we will continue to be paying our taxes on time Every year we are awarded by the president as the most compliant taxpayer. Last year we received 3 awards, which was really, very, very, it was a good feeling for all of us at the group.
The Q Group started business with the motto, setting standards. Over the years, the group has grown rapidly, providing quality services, reaching people across the country and beyond. From setting standards, the motto has become Sunyabos. The Q Group brand is Gambian-owned and driven to serve Gambians with quality services and life-changing support to Gambian communities.
Because the Gambians gave us that power. They are giving us that $5. They are patronizing us, to go to this level where now we are even asking who is number one. We should be proud. We are always proud to say we are the biggest employer. We are always proud to say we want to be the biggest taxpayer. Why? Because we are Gambians. We know that tax comes back to me.
The Q Group goes beyond providing commercial services to Gambians by providing support to socio-economic sectors of the country and by charitable and philanthropic interventions through the Q Group Foundation. National Assembly members acknowledge the Q Group's support to the education, health, sports, and vulnerable communities in fulfillment of its socio-corporate responsibility. In January this year, QCell announced a $20 million plus sponsorship package around the ongoing Africa Cup of Nations. Alfuseni Sise is the National Assembly member for Sami constituency.
Currently, they are doing a project in Bayaba. If that project is completed, here, there is going to, many youths are going to have employment in that place. So these are the kind of companies that we want. All of us should put all our hands together and help QCell so that they can help Gambian people.
National Assembly members dialogued with the Q Group chairman on the need to expand QCell services to more communities in rural areas. QCell senior managers, together with the Q Group chairman, reassured the NAMS and revealed that QCell is set to roll out its biggest cell expansion project across the country, in addition to being the GSM company with the largest nationwide network coverage. Mahmoud Lamin Choi, QTV News.
The Qatar Foundation, through the First Lady's Foundation, has donated urology medical equipment worth $500,000 to the Edward Francis Small Teaching Hospital in Banjul. Alusise again.
This is the first of 3 batches of medical equipment from the Qatar Foundation through the First Lady's Foundation to improve the urology healthcare service delivery for Gambians. Urology is a part of healthcare that deals with diseases of the male and female urinary tracts as well as the male reproductive organs. Betty Sen, the Chief Executive Officer of the First Lady's Foundation, said health remains one of the main priorities of the First Lady through her foundation. She thanked the Qatar Foundation for their support.
We have a special connection with Qatar. We have a special bond with the Arab world. We always run to them when we have projects that we feel is impossible. When we received the request from the Edward Francis Small Teaching Hospital for the urology unit, we are not doctors, but we know the importance of aspects of health through the work that we have been doing for the past years. So it was a pleasure and an honor to receive the request and also proceed to present the request to donors we deem necessary will come to our aid. Swiftly, we received the response from Qatar.
An excited Dr. Abubakar Jah, a respected surgeon, urologist and fistula surgeon, says he will want to see more nurses trained properly to take good care of this high-quality equipment to provide needed services.
We already are doing prostate surgeries. When you went through the ward, there were 1 or 2 people who had prostate surgeries last week. We're doing very well with them. Actually, if you look at it in the world picture, people will not believe that you can do a prostate surgery and within 4 days they are going home. And that is what we are doing exactly here. And I'm proud to say that our senior registrars now do not need any support to do prostate surgeries. They are doing open prostate surgeries very well.
Dr. Amar Al-Jafari, Chief Medical Director, EFSTH, and Dr. Chano S. Jallo, Head of Surgery Department, EFSTH, respectively, said the donation will improve urology service at the hospital.
Told you before, any patient with a small stone, he need to travel to Dakar or any other country. When I came to Gambia 2013, with this equipment, with our First Lady, I think we can achieve a lot together. I promise you, as a hospital, CMD and my team will take care about this equipment. We'll use it for the patient.
In this very timely manner, there are no words that we can use to thank or describe the moment. So in conclusion, I would say thank you to everybody. Thank you to First Ladies, thank you to your foundation, thank you to Qatari Embassy for being with us. And then I know a lot of things are in the pipeline. We are expecting bigger things.
Many actors in the medical field, including celebrated Dr. Babukar Sow, all welcomed the donation as timely. First Lady Fatima Barrow pleaded for more support from the Qatar Foundation for the construction of a specialized urology clinic. Reporting for QTV News, I am Aliou Cisse.
That story by Aliou Cisse will take us to a commercial break, but when we return, we have more stories for you. Do stay tuned.
Modu came in to buy some bathroom floor tile, but once he laid eyes on our basins, he fell in love with a stunning basin and with a breathtaking faucet. With a brand new mirror too, at a bargaining price.
So, I got a bathtub too.
Oh yes, he picked up a bathtub too.
Yes, that's Batimat's Buddy Days. Take advantage of exceptional discounts up to 50% on tiles, sanitary, electrical, and lighting. From February 3rd to 17th, you will be splurging. Batimat.
The future is now. With QCell's 5G network, experience speeds like never before with our new 5G Rocket Fixed Internet plan. Get speeds from 10 Mbps to 100 Mbps. Your 5G-enabled devices. Walk into QCell headquarters to get one of our 5G routers and experience the true feeling of 5G. Only with QCell. QCell brings you the future. Tech, innovation, incredible speed. The future is now. For more information, call our customer care on 111. QCell, Sunyabus. We innovate, others follow. Terms and conditions apply.
Welcome back. If you're just tuning in, you're watching QTV News, and I'm Asma Uba. Now, GAMBA United Breeders Association, GOBA, and the Department of Livestock Services under the Ministry of Agriculture on Tuesday signed a memorandum of understanding to strengthening the capacities of livestock breeders in the Gambia. Lolem Kamara attended, and she filed this report.
GAMBA United Breeders Association is involved in the breeding, management, and promotion of specific livestock breeds. Its officials say their primary purpose is to foster the development, preservation, and improvement of animal breeds such as cattle, sheep, goats, horses, poultry, birds, and other farm animals, typically focusing on breed standards, genetics, and breed-specific knowledge. Mustafa John, president of GOBA, while highlighting the need for and importance of the MOU, states some of his organization's interventions areas.
One of the challenges they have is actually how to take care of their animals when they fall sick. And then the other things that they cried was such as food, food and nutrition, which is having affordable feed for the livestock. And the other initiatives that we put together as an association, one of them is supporting the women. As you can see, we have women breeders amongst us, and also supporting the youths, and then using technology in order to enhance animal breeding. So these are the 5 initiatives that we say we'll initially implement. We're very excited that today we're able to deliver the first one.
According to FAO data for 2023, livestock contributes to nearly 40% of total agricultural output in developed countries and about 20% in developing ones, supporting the livelihoods of at least 1.3 billion people worldwide and providing about 34% of global food protein. In the Gambia, the livestock sector contributes to about 20% of our GDP. Dr. Abdou Cisse is the Director General, Department of Livestock Services, Ministry of Agriculture.
It is a government's objective to ensure that instead of having to meet that demand through importation of rams, we promote in-country initiatives that would allow us to source these rams locally. We also are aware of the fact that, we have different breeds that are being produced in this country, and we also know that among those breeds, the one that forms the majority is the one we all know as the Jalonke for sheep and the West African dwarf goat for goats.
Aliou Lo, a member of GAM United Breeders Association, spoke of the initiative.
Tabaski is just around the corner, and sometimes the rams that enter the country are not that healthy, and that's another challenge to the government. For us in the business that have the know-how, we are ready to work with the government to ensure we have enough rams in the country.
According to officials, this memorandum of understanding will help strengthen capacity of the two parties through sharing experience and initiatives. Motorbikes were handed over to 4 para-veterinarians for successfully completing the studies. For QTV News, Lolly M. Kamara.
CHANGAI Toro community in the Central River region held its 3rd annual cultural festival, showcasing cultural displays and culture over the weekend. The story is by Lamin Fati and it's narrated by Ansumana Isonyasi.
This event brought together people from all the nearby villages to celebrate the rich culture and tradition in this community, which also serves as an opportunity to promote unity and social cohesion since the festival was initiated 3 years ago. Samba Job, the village Alcalos representative, is full of nostalgia as he recollects his role of herdsman looking after the welfare of their animals and the type of food they eat in those days.
And as part of our culture, we also do something called Monday, a festivity for the cattle. We take different types of herbs from the forest, pound them and escort the cattle to a lake or river and feed them with the herbs. This is for the well-being of the cattle and is done by the herdsmen and youths of the village.
The chief of Nyani district, Alaji Perba, says the culture and traditions displayed at this festival are admirable and that because of it, children will be able to know their tradition and culture.
There are many types of the Fulani culture, but the one I saw today, like the use of horses, hoes, and things like that are interesting and done by other tribes. However, indigenous Fulas do not use hoes in their culture. Also, as part of our traditions, we have those that we call our slaves. These people can even be our cousins or blacksmiths. They will be doing things for us during festivities, and we will give them something in return.
Chief Ba further states that culture and traditions should not be abandoned except those practices that are harmful.
We don't have wrestlers now. We only have dancers. Our fathers and grandfathers ate healthily diets and they were fit and could wrestle very well. For example, I cannot wrestle because I am not fit enough to do it. This is mostly because of the foods we eat with ingredients with sorts of artificial seasonings.
Malaba, an elderly woman believed to be in her 70s, expressed delight at being alive to witness this occasion, while narrating how the traditional marriage ceremonies were performed.
In those days, once a fuller marriage is finalized, people will start drumming at dawn and all the maidens will gather at the bride's house. That was our culture. And when the bride is taken to her husband's house, after she took bath in the morning, they will start making preparations for her to be taken to another house or village where another celebration will take place.
She also compared the food they ate back then compared to the food of this generation, which come with lots of added ingredients.
They would cook coos and millet mixed sauce for lunch. If you do that for people of this generation, they will not eat it. They will say you are poisoning them. But before, people rarely went to the hospital. You would see an old Fuller man die peaceful in his house without being taken to the hospital for any illness.
They are also displaced by various cultural groups, including blacksmiths, carvers, among others, in CHANGAI, TORO. Answana Sonyase for KTV News.
That story by Answana Sonyase will take us to international news in a moment. Nairobi City Hall has made history as Africa's first government building to secure green certification from the International Finance Corporation (IFC), a branch of the World Bank. Lena Igwenyiba has more.
Nairobi City County Governor Johnson Sakaja's office secured the prestigious title of the continent's first green government office at the conclusion of the United Nations Climate Conference COP28 in Dubai in 2023. The office secured commendations for its remarkable achievements, boasting a 100% reduction in embodied carbon materials, 28% in energy conservation, and 23% in water usage. This certification underscores the vital role played by cities, local administrations, and mayors in combating climate change. It symbolizes proactive climate action at the grassroots levels and marks the initial step in Nairobi's implementation of its climate action plan, solidifying its status as the green capital of the world. During a ceremony commemorating this achievement, Governor Sakaja underscored the urgency of climate change adaptation and environmental stewardship on a worldwide scale. Nairobi, he emphasized, stands as an exemplar of innovation, resilience, and leadership in this domain. He expressed gratitude to all stakeholders whose collective efforts culminated in City Hall's attainment of this significant milestone. Nasra Nanda, CEO of the Kenya Green Building Society, hailed Nairobi's accomplishment as a benchmark in urban development. Nanda pledged KBJ's unwavering dedication to utilizing this milestone as a catalyst for advocating green legislation and making Nairobi truly the green and resilient capital of Africa, while also unlocking green finance for the city. Reporting for KTV News, I am Lena Igwenyiba.
From international, let's now take a look at sports news. The lineup for the AFCON 2023 is complete after Nigeria and host Cote d'Ivoire emerged victorious from two close but contrasting semi-finals. Mamudu Gajaga has more.
Three-time winners Nigeria were giving a scare, but advanced after goalkeeper Stanley saved two penalties in the shootout to lead his team to a 4-2 victory over South Africa following a 1-1 draw on Wednesday. Nigeria had lost 5 of their previous 6 continental finals semi-finals and rode their luck in this one to advance to Sunday's decider against host Ivory Coast, who defeated Democratic Republic of Congo thanks to something of a freak 65-minute goal from Sebastian Haller, who missed several scoring opportunities in the game. In the first semi-final, William Trust Ekong put Nigeria ahead with a penalty kick midway through the second half, before South Africa replied with their own penalty kick in the final minute of the 90, which Teboho Mokhena converted. South Africa lost defender Grant Kekana to a red card in extra time as he committed a serious foul on the edge of the penalty box. As Nigeria put them under constant pressure and then lost their nerves too in the shootouts as Nawabel saved from Mokhena, evidence Magopa. Nigeria thought they had a second on 85 minutes when Osimhen scored, but as they celebrated, the video assistant referee informed the on-field official of an earlier foul on Pacey Tau in the Nigerian box. Nigerian joy turned to despair when they realized a penalty had been awarded at the other end, which Mokhena kept his nerve to convert. As South Africa pressed to get the winner, Madao squandered a golden opportunity by blazing over from inside the penalty box. South Africa's goalkeeper Ronwen Williams was not able to repeat his heroics from the quarter-final game against Cape Verde, where he pulled off 4 spot kick saves. They must now settle for a place in the bronze medal match on Saturday against DR Congo, who lost to host Cote d'Ivoire in the second semi-final. Sebastian Haller scored the winning goal as Ivory Coast defeated DR Congo 1-0 in a closely contested semi-final in Abidjan, keeping their hopes of winning their first AFCON title at home alive. The host, who were a whisker away from elimination in the group stage, are now one step away from becoming the continent's kings for the third time after putting on one of their most assured performances of the tournament. Despite being referred to as a tournament of surprises, the last 4 teams were all previous winners, and even though Senegal could not defend their crown, the trophy will stay in West Africa. Mamadou Gajaga, QTV News.
That's all we have for you, but before we go, a recap of main news headlines. On Wednesday, President Adama Barrow received letters of credence from Klaus Botzet, the new German ambassador to the Gambia, at the State House in Banjul. Members of the National Assembly Select Committee on Education, ITC and Training on Thursday paid a courtesy call on the Q Group chairman at the QCell headquarters on Kairaba Avenue. The Qatar Foundation, through the First Ladies Foundation, has donated urology medical equipment worth $500,000 to the Edward Francis Small Teaching Hospital in Banjul. And in international news, Nairobi City Hall has made history as Africa's first government building to secure green certification from the International Finance Corporation, a branch of the World Bank. And in sports news, a lineup for the AFCON 2023 is complete after Nigeria and host Cote d'Ivoire emerged victorious from 2 close but contrasting semi-finals. That's all we have for you on this news bulletin. Join us again at 10 p.m. for more news. Thanks for watching and have a great evening.